Guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Natalia. I cannot believe that it is Miss Universe time again. We literally got 2 Miss Universes this year, which is so exciting, but I still feel sad. I can't help but feel sad for Andrea, Miss Mexico, Miss Universe 2020, because she only got like about a 6-month, 7th-month reign. And it sucks because of the pandemic. Of course, it was inevitable, but it sucks. So here we are, we're ready to crown a Miss Universe. I'm so excited though, because I just love, following the pageant and following the girls. And let me tell you, as pretty much always, this year's girls are all incredible, and it's only a top 16 this year, so that makes it that much more freaking difficult. But in today's video, I want to give my thoughts on the preliminary show. I didn't get to watch National Costume yet because I was working all day, and I just finished watching the preliminary like literally right this second, and I was like, let me jump on here and give you guys my thoughts, and then we're gonna go into my top 16. So without further ado, I'm gonna stop rambling and let's get into it. As far as the preliminary show, I loved it. I think that the stage is beautiful this year. I'm so happy that they never brought back that whole sideways stage that they did a couple years ago. I was just not a fan of that. I love the idea of the girls walking down, walking around, past the judges. I love the way that it looks. The crowd is just, super into it, of course. I love that there are certain countries that are gonna shout out their girls. Philippines, Thailand, Puerto Rico, Colombia. Like, you really heard them stand out for the girls, and I love that. Like, I love the energy, and I feel like they really feed off of the energy, so it was great. There were a ton of standouts, I have to say, this year in terms of girls that I just did not really see coming. I have a couple of them that I want to touch on that I don't know if I'll fully put them in my top 16, but they're like right there. Like, if there was a top 18, like, they're right there. So I don't know, like, I made my list before the preliminaries, and right now I definitely am gonna need to make a couple of changes. Like, at the same time of girls that I want to add, they're girls that I'm going to be taking off my list. So like I said, let's just go straight into this top 16. All right, so starting off our top 16, this is a contestant that just made my list after watching her specifically evening gown performance at the preliminaries. If she interviewed as well as she walked during that evening gown performance, I think she's cracking the top 16, and I think it's a great deal for the continent of Europe, and that is Miss Finland. Miss Finland is Essi Unkuri. I have my computer here so that I can see their bios, but she is a firm believer in education and previously graduated from Haaga-Helia University of Applied Sciences, where she studied marketing, and she wrote her thesis on influencer marketing. Girl, this dress, or guy, the dress that Miss Finland freaking came out in, OMG, that green just looked stunning on her. If you guys haven't seen it, I'm not sure if I'll be able to grab the footage to put it in this video, but make sure that you check out her walk and her aura and her look. I just felt like it was so sexy, but at the same time elegant, and it's not something that you see every day, I feel like, out of the contestants from Europe in general or from Finland. She really surprised me. So honestly, she bumped off one of the girls off my list just by that performance alone. That girl, if you guys are interested, was Miss Israel. I still have Miss Israel right there because Israel is the host country this year, and the host country majority of the time does tend to at least place in the first round of semifinals. So I still think that she could make it, but I felt like what I was seeing of her prior to preliminaries was better than her actual performance at the pageant. Israel isn't typically a country that is a standout pageant country. So I don't know if the preparation was all there, but I know that there was like hype behind her because her being the host country, and then people really liked what they saw, like in terms of the behind the scenes. So I still think she could still place, but for now Finland bumped her for me. at least for right now. We'll see what happens on Sunday night. Next, we have Miss Kenya. Miss Kenya is Roshanara Love, which it says her last name's Ibrahim, but then when it says meet Roshanara, it says Roshanara Love. And it says she's a powerful force of self-determination and exudes an aura of regal charisma and positivity. She graduated from the University of Nairobi with a law degree and has traveled the world as an international runway and editorial model. Kenya is another one that really popped out for me during the preliminaries. She's absolutely stunning, and to be honest, she's not one that I was following too much in terms of the behind the scenes stuff. Like I said, she really stood out to me during her performance tonight, and I think that really goes a long way. She has a law degree. If she's traveled the world, that means that she should be well-rounded, well-spoken. I have to do a little bit more research on her in particular, I do have to admit. But if her interview, like I said, was anywhere near as good as her performance tonight, I do think that she definitely has an opportunity to crack the top 16. So we have Miss Kenya. Next we have Miss Namibia. First of all, this freaking photo is beyond stunning, beyond gorgeous. If you guys follow my Miss Universe videos, you know that every girl is stunning. That's all the only descriptive word apparently that I know. But I freaking love this photo. Miss Namibia is Chelsea Shikongo, and Chelsea Shikongo was named after the late Chelsea Pearl Smith, who won Miss Universe in 1995 in Namibia. Oops, sorry, my camera. She won it in Namibia. She was inspired by her namesake to enter Miss Namibia and take part in Miss Universe. Chelsea's an international model in Germany, South Africa, and Singapore. How freaking cool is that, that she was named after Miss Universe and that inspired her to go after that title and be Miss Universe Namibia? And honestly, I do think that she's one of the standouts this year. I just can't get over looking at this photo. Like, I'm looking at it right now, and she looked amazing tonight. I think that her performance was really solid. I think that she will crack the top 16. I keep saying crack the top 16. She will make her way into the top 16, and yeah, I'm super excited for Miss Namibia. Next we have Miss Argentina, Julieta Garcia. First of all, she's Garcia like me. I love the short hair on her. I feel like it does make her stand out amongst the rest of the girls. I feel like, and it's so funny because I was watching the preliminaries with my stepdaughter, and she's like, a lot of them look the same, and it's not that they look the same, but they kind of look the same. Like here's the thing, like a lot of the girls will have that just like super long dark straight hair or with a little bit of curls, and it's just very like standard, I feel like, which is beautiful. Like, don't get me wrong, it's absolutely beautiful. I really feel like the short hair does make her stand out amongst the group, and not only that, but facially I think that she is one of the most beautiful girls at the pageant. I didn't even read the little bio about her, but Julieta is an extremely persevering and focused person. Since her childhood, she has been passionate about studying human behavior through her career in psychology and her life experience. I really like Argentina this year. I feel like she's definitely one of the stronger delegates that they've sent in the last few years. So we'll see what happens. I'm rooting for her to make it into the semifinals. Next on my list is Miss Belgium, Cadis Deltor. I hope I'm saying her name right. It says Cadis Deltor's life changed when she was 7 years old. Her mom got ill and her father saw another woman. At that age, she didn't realize how ill her mom was. Because of this whole situation, she did not attend school and lived on the street. Wow. Her mom was too ill to take care of them, and her father was never there. She was like a mom to her little brother and sister. When her mom died, she had to live with her father and his new wife. And then at some point, it didn't really say there, but I know she ended up like in an orphanage, and she got adopted, and that's where she moved to Belgium. It doesn't say exactly where she's from. So honestly, Miss Belgium, I think, is what they call like a dark horse. I think she's definitely one of the strongest candidates out of Europe this year, and she's killing it. She killed it tonight. She's killing it. Next is someone that I'm honestly torn on where I want to put her on this list. This is my number 11 spot, and I think that she definitely can make it into the top 10 if she continues the way that she did tonight. There was only one little thing that I noticed about her performance that I want her to fix, and first of all, that contestant is the one and only Miss Philippines. Now, before you guys go crazy on me with Miss Philippines, I love her. Beatrice is gorgeous. The only thing I felt like her facial expression tonight was like the same. Like, it was very just like, it was just like the same like the whole time. Like, I feel like if she showed a little bit more of emotion as she was doing her strut, maybe I would feel a little bit differently. But maybe if she just changed up her facial expressions a little bit more, I would have her a little bit higher on this list. To be honest, she wasn't my favorite going into it, like to automatically be in my top 10, but after seeing her tonight, I feel like she's definitely stepped it up a lot since her national pageant. So anyway, Beatrice Luigi Gomez is a community development worker, a Philippine Navy Marines reservist under the 82nd Marine Battalion Reserve of the Naval Reserve of Eastern Visayas, and a proud bisexual who became the first member of the LGBTQIA+ community to win the Miss Universe Philippines title. One thing I have to say, and this is not only the case with Miss Philippines, but I feel like a lot of Asian countries have done this, where they've been sending mixed looking contestants, which is fine. If they're born and raised in the Philippines, they are Filipino, they are representing you guys 100%, but it's kind of nice to see like a more I guess typical representative of the Philippines, if that makes sense. Like, not everybody in the Philippines is half European or half American or half Canadian or whatever. Filipinos are darker skinned. Filipinos, you know, have different features. Like, I feel like she looks like more traditionally Filipino is what I'm trying to say. Whereas like the last few years, I feel like some of the girls they've sent, Catriona, Rabia, like they are definitely mixed looking, but I don't know, like I love that she looks traditionally Filipino, if that makes sense. And you'll see like this, like I feel like it's changing in terms of the representatives that countries are sending, because we don't want the same typical dark long hair light-skinned person winning Miss Universe all the time. So I appreciate like the way that she physically looks, if that makes sense at all. But anyway, you know, Philippines always comes with their A game strong, and she's definitely gonna place. Like, she's not gonna stand there in the background and not make the semifinals. Like, that's just not gonna happen. They're too strong of a pageant country, and she's too strong and stands out amongst the other girls, that I believe she's gonna make it. So now we're going into my top 10, and I feel a little less like sturdy about this. I feel like this could go either way, so this is not gonna necessarily be in any particular order, but we're gonna start off the top 10 with Miss France. You guys, if you guys haven't been following the pageant, then you probably don't know that Miss France caught COVID or tested positive for COVID as soon as she landed in Israel, and had to quarantine and missed like the first, I want to say like 12 days of activities. And you really gotta just imagine how heartbroken she must have been. You work your whole life and you're preparing, you know, all this time for this opportunity, and for this freaking pandemic to take or try to take that away from you is insane. But let me tell you, the way that this girl showed up, and not only during the preliminaries tonight, but just her overall attitude during this entire time, I don't know how she did it. I don't know how she stayed so freaking positive, but I think, or I know that the judges were definitely watching that, because the judges watch, and Miss Universe organization watches how the girls interact with each other and how they pretty much carry themselves throughout the whole competition. Remember, the competition is from when they get there. You know, we only see like the pageant part of it, but the competition is all of those full 2 weeks. So they were definitely watching her. This girl was in her room making TikToks, trying to lift her spirits and lift other people's spirits. And I think that that was so inspiring. I didn't even get to her bio yet, but her name is Clemence Bottino. Clemence Bottino has a license in history. She's a hardworking student who believes that school and education are keys to success. After 2 years of literary preparatory class, she entered the prestigious University of La Sorbonne in Paris. Today, she pursues her master's degree in history of art. So, like I said, I think France showed up tonight. Her gown performance especially was spectacular. I loved it. I think she's definitely a force to be reckoned with. I can see her making top 5. Like, don't even mind the fact that I just named her number 10. She's, in my eyes, gonna make top 5. So beware everybody. Next we have Miss Colombia Valeria Ajos. Valeria Ajos is an Afro-Colombian woman, 27 years old, born in Cartagena de Indias and raised in the archipelago of San Andres, Providencia, and Santa Catalina. She's a professional in international relations and has received a diploma in marketing and strategy from La Verne University in the United States. I love that they pointed out that she's an Afro-Colombian. I definitely noticed the fact that she is one of the darker representatives that Colombia has sent to Miss Universe. Honestly, leading up to it, there was a lot of hype about her, but I felt like during the behind the scenes, I wasn't seeing too much of her, like in comparison to some of the other girls. That's just me. But for the preliminaries, I feel like she definitely showed up. Her evening gown was a little bit like typical Miss Universe evening gown for me, so her dress wasn't necessarily my favorite, but her performance was there. From what I've heard, she's extremely well spoken, and so I do think that she is going to place well. You know, Colombia is a very strong country when it comes to the Miss Universe pageant. So Miss Colombia is in my 9th spot, but within my top 10, because I'm telling you, this list can go any which way. Next on my list, for some reason, her page is not coming up on the Miss Universe website. Figure it out, Miss Universe. I don't know what's going on, but it is Miss Brazil, Teresa Santos. Teresa definitely brings a different type of look coming from Brazil. Brazil has definitely sent some strong candidates within the last few years. Obviously, last Miss Universe, they were first runner-up. So Teresa definitely has big shoes to fill. I definitely am getting like Madison Anderson vibes from her. I do think that she's pretty solid. I wanted to see a little bit more from her during the preliminary. I feel like especially during her gown performance, she was a little bit stiff. I don't know if that was because of her dress, but she was a little bit stiff, so hopefully she loosens up and relaxes a little bit more during Sunday night's final performance. But I think that Brazil is on a roll here with the contestants that they're sending, so I definitely see her making it pretty far in the competition. Next we have Miss Spain, Sara Loinas. Sara Loinas is an ocean advocate currently teaching Spaniard children about recycling methods to address marine pollution in the coast of Spain and the different Spanish islands in the Mediterranean and Western Africa. I feel like Miss Spain is one of those that kind of started creeping up out of nowhere once we started seeing more of her, especially during the behind the scenes. And tonight, I think she killed it, especially her gown performance. I felt like she knew that she was killing it and she knew that she was doing her thing, and that confidence just exuded out of her. I'm really excited to see Spain like moving up there because, like I said, Europe, I feel like overall is starting to step their game up with the girls that they're sending to Miss Universe and their preparation for Miss Universe. So we'll see how she ends up placing, but I think that she is going to do well. She's stunning and I really enjoyed her performance, so I definitely see her going far. I have to tell you, this next candidate or delegate or whatever you want to call them, she was the only one really of like, I don't even want to say only one, maybe like one of like 2 or 3 that made me say wow, especially when I saw her evening gown performance. She was the last. They saved the best for last. I cannot get enough of Miss Vietnam, Kim Nguyen Nijin. Oh my god, I'm butchering this. I'm butchering this, but you know her name. Kim, Miss Vietnam. Kim Do-yeon is a young woman with confidence, energy, and aspirations inside her heart and soul. As a strong advocate, she wants to inspire every young woman and girl to believe in their inner power and education. Miss Vietnam is breathtaking, and her performance was breathtaking. I feel like, especially as the last one, I feel like those are the hardest positions, as the first and as the last girl, because as the first girl, obviously you're the first one out there in front of everybody, but as the last girl, everyone's seen every candidate already and found their faves, and you kind of don't want to leave anybody hanging, so you still have like a little bit of pressure on you. And Miss Vietnam, oh my lord, I feel like you could hear the crowd gasp like low-key when she walked out. So Miss Vietnam, man, Miss Vietnam, she is doing the damn thing. Next, of course, on my list is a super favorite. We have Miss India, Harnaaz Sandhu. Harnaaz draws her inspiration from her mother, who broke generations of patriarchy to become a successful gynecologist and led her family. Driven to support other women the same way, Harnaaz grew up working with her mother at health camps addressing women's health and menstrual hygiene. Miss India tonight, I feel like her evening gown performance was stronger than her swimsuit performance. I feel like she looked a little bit nervous during her swimsuit performance, but when it came time to evening gown, she brought it. She walked out, she walked slow, she took her time, and I just felt it from her. I finally saw what everyone's been seeing this entire time when they were talking about her. Miss India has been killing it within the last few years, especially last year. So I definitely think that Harnaaz is gonna go far. I already have heard her speak. I think she's extremely well spoken, and yeah, I already see them killing it. So India, go off. Next, we have another super fave on everyone's list pretty much, and that is Miss Paraguay. Nadia Ferreira is a recognized model in her country and internationally, an illustrious citizen of the Department of Guaira. She earned the affection and recognition of Paraguay after working on TV at the early age of 15. Nadia is absolutely gorgeous, and honestly, everything that I've seen of her, she's just been super consistent with the way that she looks and is presenting herself in terms of the whole competition. Tonight, I think she performed really well. I think that some of the other girls maybe have had a little bit of an edge on her, but she's been a favorite for a reason. I definitely see her going far, and it's cool because Paraguay is not a country that you see normally coming super strong into Miss Universe, so it's gonna be really exciting to see what she can do and how far she actually goes. So we have Miss Paraguay. Next on my list is, of course, another super powerhouse country, and that is Venezuela. I feel like I've seen Venezuela on different sides of people's rankings, like on different spectrums. Some people have her just in the top 16, some people have her making the top 10. I have her making the top 10, and I think that she performed really well tonight. Luiseth Materan is the youngest of 7 siblings from a family of rich traditional values, who received her bachelor's degree in communication with honors from the Andrés Bello Catholic University. She works as the communications director for CEOs CEOs or Sales, an international app that provides innovative learning skills. Venezuela, like, what else is there left to say? It's another similar country like Philippines, where you just know they're gonna bring their A game. I think that she's pretty strong. Like, I don't know, she may be one to look out for. Like, you can never sleep on Venezuela. Like, let's keep it real. Next on my list, in my top 2, I definitely think these girls that I'm mentioning now, these girls going into it, like right once we knew every single candidate, were my top 2. After seeing some of the performances tonight, people like France and Vietnam definitely are creeping up there for me. We have Miss USA. Miss USA is coming off of a strong role. She just won the Miss USA pageant, I think 2 weeks ago. You don't even have anything about her, but I believe her name is Elle. Like, seriously, let me figure this out, because she just won, so don't kill me. But everything I've seen of her, I'm like, yes, like, this girl is doing it. Where is she? Yeah, Elle Smith. I I knew. Elle is stunning, and her performance tonight, I think, killed it, especially in swimsuit. Like, I feel like this girl did her damn thing, and she's on that high right now where she just won. So, you know, she's coming with it. So I love it. I loved everything that I saw, and I think that she is definitely gonna go super far in the Miss Universe 2021 pageant. All right, y'all, last but definitely not least, and I'm not being biased this time, I genuinely think that this girl is very strong, like very strong. And I think possibly the strongest contestant that we've sent. Obviously, Madison Anderson, obviously I'm talking about Miss Puerto Rico. Madison Anderson placed first runner up a couple years ago, so obviously she's the strongest that we've sent. But I don't know what it is about Michelle. Not only does she look different, very different than anything that Puerto Rico has sent to Miss Universe, she just radiates. Like, she just radiates. Like, she's one of those that she walks into the room and it's like, boom, she's there. She just has such confidence, and I feel like it really showed tonight in her performance. Let me do the little bio about her. Michelle is currently completing a double major in biology and pre-med with hopes of continuing a career in medicine with a specialty in dermatology. She is also the current president of the International Student Association of her university. I love her. Like, honestly, she's probably my favorite Miss Puerto Rico that we've had in years. Like, in years. She just, I feel like it's so genuine where she's coming from. She truly wants this. She's truly working for it. And I think that she's gonna place very high. Like, I feel like she interviewed well, like just hearing the way she speaks and the things that she's accomplished and how she can speak to all of her accomplishments. I do think that she's gonna place very high. After seeing some of the other girls' performances, she needs to bring it on Sunday night, but overall, she's definitely in the top 10 for me, and hopefully top 5, because I think she's killing it. So there you guys have it, my Miss Universe 2021 favorites. I cannot believe that the day is almost here. Obviously, I'm gonna be filming my reaction video like I typically do. And let me know in the comments down below, who is your favorite? Who are you rooting for? Did I forget anybody? Is there anybody that you would take off my list? Like, let me know what you guys think. And do not forget to hit that subscribe button so you make sure you catch Sunday's video. Not only that, but all my upcoming videos, because, you know, we're cool over here. We're cool. We're doing the thing. So thank you guys so much for watching. I will talk to you guys next time. Bye.
Highs and lows, highs and lows. It's all the same. Highs and lows, highs and lows. Keep all your game. Highs and lows, highs and lows.